the whole Jerry Jones situation photo. And I know it was years and years ago, and we all make mistakes. I get it.
You watching the LeBron joint?
Buried under like, oh, it happened. Okay, we just move on. And I was just kind of disappointed that I haven't received that question from you guys. Appreciate it.
Okay, so let me get into this tweet by Shannon Sharp. And this is what Shannon Sharp had to say. He said, wow, Brian just asked the media, why haven't they asked him about the Jerry Jones photo like they asked him about Kyrie comments? This is about to really take off. Man, I wish we were doing Undisputed tomorrow. Damn it. So that's it for today's video, guys. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. I want y'all do y'all feel the same way as Shannon Sharp? Do y'all feel like since LeBron has said something about it, that now it's about to turn into something? That's it for today's video. Just wants to kind of break it down a little bit. I would love to hear y'all thoughts on this video. But get in that comment section, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And if you've been around to the channel, YouTube is saying that only 96% of y'all are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, but y'all are watching my videos. Hit that subscribe button. We on the road to 100,000 subscribers. I cannot do it without y'all, man. So hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Share this on Facebook and Twitter. And that's my time, y'all. We out. I got y'all.
Hey, shit. What up, though?
If you made it this far in the video, don't...
Man.
What up, Axel?
What up, though? We in here. Had a little time off.
Right.
Get with family and enjoy our families. You know what I mean? Had some turkey and shit. Nigga pies. You know what I mean? All of that. You know, how was your Thanksgiving?
Man, I had a great time, man. My family came over. Cooked. We had a really good time together, you know. All of my kids was together this time. Mike came home. And that was special to have all of them in the house together.
That's what's up. Kes said he had 12 big ass crab cakes for Thanksgiving. Nah, it was live, man. I enjoyed mine, man. Cooked dinner. Chilled out, yo. Ain't do too much. Shit was done cooking early. That was wild. It was done cooking early as shit, yo. I was shocked. But we started prepping early too, so that played a part in it. You know what I mean? But other than that, man, like I enjoyed my time off with the family. You know what I mean?
Damn right.
Big Mama birthday was Tuesday, so
happy birthday.
Went out over the weekend. Went to the black party that Gil smoked through.
Man, I ain't know nothing but that, yo.
Yeah, that joint was nice, man. They had subtle thoughts.
Yeah. Was it cranking?
Yeah, it was live, yo. It was a very nice event. It was.
Man, I ain't been on Facebook.
I was in that bitch dressed like a guidance counselor, though. I'm mad about that shit. And it was dressed like a fucking guidance counselor. But nah. Ultimately, though, it was a nice event, man. Saw some people, man.
A lot of people there.
Yeah, it was nice, man. It was a nice crowd.
Man, absolutely. I can't believe I missed subtle thoughts.
Absolutely, yo. Yeah, it was real nice, man.
Ain't no nothing but it.
Yeah, Kamala had told me about it. I guess she had saw the flyer that Gil and them had posted, and she told me about it. Said 25th is my birthday weekend. We going. I'm like, all right, fuck it, we going. I went and had a good time. I've been trying to get out and be more social. You know, I'm not the social one. I try to be a little bit more social, though. Then on a Saturday, we had the event over Stanton, Senator Battle joint. Had Rod versus Av. It was crazy main event. It was only 3 battles, though. A lot of the battles had, you know, people.
Big Av?
Yeah, Av from URL.
Man, that's one of my favorite joints.
Right at Stanton Center, yo. I think that's where we're gonna continue doing them joints at now too. It was live though, but yeah, yo,
What was the sound in there?
Huh?
How was the sound in there?
That shit was fire, yo. We was in the gym.
Yeah, when you have parties, it's like an echo in there with them big ass speakers.
Nah, it wasn't no speak. We ain't need no speakers or nothing. That shit was fire, yo.
Okay.
It definitely was. And I was like, yo, the acoustics at that joint, that joint crazy. That was perfect. Doing that joint there at Stanton Center, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Mr. Larry Beavers again. You know what I mean? But yeah, yo, a couple people had a couple battles got canceled. People lost family members, so you know how that goes. You know what I mean? But we had 3 battles. Lavish versus Cheddar. That was the first one. Then we had Rex Ruger versus Notes Delgado from 757 Sharks. Them dudes down there fire. You know what I mean? But yeah, Av came through, man. This joint was live, yo. It was live, yo. We the next one ain't till February, but I'm trying to put together a small room joint for January, yo. I'm gonna have 4 battles, and but it ain't gonna be no whole big crowd, yo. I want niggas to rap. And you ain't got no whole crowd gassing you up. You really got rap. So I'm gonna see what's good on that. But other than that, though, man, a lot of shit been going on.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of shit been going on. You was listening to the LeBron joint I saw. I had watched that earlier today. And did he have a point though? Or is it too late?
No, he got a real good point. The whole thing with Jerry Jones, to me, it's not really something to stress over. But the only reason why it's relevant, because it's like Kyrie said, y'all always throwing black people stuff on business, digging deep for everything under the bus. And now you get one of them thrown under the bus. Y'all act like y'all want to sweep it underneath the rug like it ain't really happened. Yeah, it was years ago, but it's news. And we making everything news nowadays. So don't try and act like what he did wasn't nothing. He could have been there because he was curious, like he said. He could have been there because it was what was going on in his town or whatever. But the point was, you was there. So what we doing to each other is attacking everything that we do now, because we let one thing happen. We let something happen to Kyrie. We let something happen to Kanye. And now we're attacking every little thing that everybody do or did.
Man, this nigga Kanye wilding, man.
Yeah.
Kanye wilding now, man. Like, come on, Kanye. Like, shut the fuck up, yo. We believe you. We was with you for a minute. Like, come on, man. Calm the fuck down, yo. You gotta relax a little bit. It's a difference between, like, and I'm gonna say this, is a difference between saying some shit that's actually worth it and just talking just to hear yourself talk. And at this point now, he's pretty much just talking to hear himself talk. Like, I don't give a fuck about no fucking Hitler. I don't want to hear nothing about that motherfucker.
What up, Larry?
I don't give a fuck. This big head motherfucker here. I knew the oxygen got low. I should have knew he was in here somewhere. But yeah, like, I mean, but my thing with the Jerry Jones shit is this. I don't give a fuck how long ago it was, motherfucker. That don't mean that your mindset changed.
Mm-hmm. You're still the same person.
That just means you older.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when it comes to that, like, I don't feel like, nah, lean on him. Fuck it. I don't care. I was just asking about the LeBron shit to see what you was thinking about, because I had watched it. I hadn't said nothing about it on Facebook today. I just been asking some direct questions on Facebook today just to see what you know what I mean? See what's going on. But for me, like I said, yo, for me, it's for real, like, he has to say that his mindset has changed now because of how much money he made off the backs of black people. So he got to say, oh, That was a different time, and we was on our way to practice, and we was told not to get caught up. Like, kind of trying to talk about it like he just happened to be walking down the hall when the shit happened and got caught in the picture, type of shit.
His behavior still today.
Facts. That's why I said what I said. Like, it's not a situation of his mentality has changed.
Right.
Nah, I tell people all the time. We used to talk about that shit at work. And I was talking about a staff person that I thought at one of my old jobs I thought was racist. And they was like, she ain't racist. She got black grandkids. I said, bitch, Thomas Jefferson did too. Mm-hmm. Thomas Jefferson, a whole lot of motherfucking slave owners had black grandkids.
Mm-hmm. That's not a point. We can't have a topic. We can't have a conversation. Ever since Barack Obama became president, and then they somehow our country allowed Donald Trump to be a president. We cannot have a conversation that does not have something to do with racism. Everything jumps back to racism. Crazy. And it's starting to be under attack more because younger generations are open-minded now. They have multiple friends. They have black friends, white friends, Asian friends, Chinese friends, Latino friends. One of my son's best friends that he ever first started playing with was a white kid named Austin. So they have not really been faced with racism except for the racism that we show them.
That we showing them.
And being that we teaching it to them, stuff like that, they not for it. That's why when we marched for civil rights now, you see a melting pot of people going. And then when I was marching with everybody, I seen a bunch of young people marching. So it was like they really white race. Their race can white racism out, and that's what Kyrie Irving keeps saying. That age limit, but see, once you wipe out racism, and then all races come together and start seeing eye to eye, and you start noticing that this black skin, I'm a human first. When I see your white skin, you're a human. You know what I mean? So once you do that, it's easier to notice how fucked up the government is. Because now everybody under the same thought process and seeing the same things happen. Because let me explain to you, like I say this. How do me, you, and two white dudes watch a video of a black person getting shot in the back and have different views on it? There's no way you can have a different view on what you plainly see and we sitting there watching it together. It's because you looking at that shit through everything that you've been through in life and what was going on in the world. If none of that shit had ever happened, you would sit there and see a human being getting shot by another human being, not a white cop shooting a black person. You would see a human being running in a different direction with no weapon, getting shot in the back. And that shit is going to be exposed by these young people. And that government don't want it. Because they got to keep us at odds. They got to keep us at odds. If they don't keep us at odds, they're going to be exposed. We're going to find out all the corruption that they were doing. Mm-hmm. And they're going and wealthy black people and wealthy white people going to start noticing. Wealthy Hispanic people going to start noticing the same shit. Everybody going to be on the same page. You can overthrow a whole government like that. They do not want that shit to happen.
Well, that was why they pretty much tried to get the gang shit back popping like it was out California instead of the truce, because they was afraid that the gangs was going to work together against the police. So that's when they had all the agent provocateurs acting like they was joining gangs only to keep the shit going. But what I was, yeah, absolutely, their views aren't gonna, it's never gonna be the same. But I was gonna say, I was talking to a coworker, and we was talking about this exact same thing, and something he said when we talking about like arguing with somebody, and he was like, the shit was crazy because he said it was a black dude and a white dude arguing. No, I'm sorry, white lady and a black dude arguing. The white lady spit on the black dude. He turned around and walked away.
Shit.
The people pulled him up and was like, yo, you fucking crazy. Yo, I would have. He said, exactly. He said, 12 people watched her spit on me. So when the police come, the only story that people are going to say is she spit on him.
Mm-hmm.
He said, now, if I had done something, by the time the police got there, I done beat her so bad that she spit on me involuntarily. He said 12 people watching gonna have 12 different stories. He said, so I turned around and walked away. Yeah, I wanted to beat the fuck out of her. But now, when the police come, and he pressed charges against her, I can file charges against her. And I didn't do anything in retaliation.
A better man than me.
And yeah, I agree, because at that point, I would have been spit on before. I got suspended from school. A white boy spit on me in middle school and I broke his nose. Like, so I know what it is with that, you know what I mean? And how that shit feel, like to be spit on.
Go play.
Go. So I wouldn't judge the person who retaliates any more than the person that walk away. But this racism thing, I agree with you. It's a lot younger people getting hip to what's going on, and these young people like marching. They like protesting. They like walking out of shit. You know what I mean? So maybe that is what we need. But I've been saying that for the longest. We gotta the younger generation, Joe. We gotta pull them, because they the ones that like to rebel. They the ones that like to think about, if we'd have had the mentality now that we have about being pro-black when we was in our teens, we would probably be a lot different motherfuckers right now. We were pro-black, but it was to a certain extent.
I'm still pro-black.
I mean, we are. I'm not saying we not. We are. But what I'm saying
everybody
is,
not.
When I say was, I'm just saying because we were younger.
I'm just saying that you're right. Everybody not.
No, everybody not. But like the pro-black we was thinking about when we was younger was about more like what's in front of us. You know what I mean? Survival, exactly. So, but you know, when you get older and you, like you said, you learn about things and you read about shit and you become a little bit more involved in the world, and you're able to learn about racism. Not only that, but you're able to tolerate it. Because I'm sure that 17 to 18-year-old Mikey would not be able to handle the shit that 40-year-old Mikey handles when it comes to seeing the shit that we see and the shit that we deal with and the shit that we talk about. Because I know I wouldn't. You know what I mean? I know I wouldn't. And she said, I'm pro-black with white friends. Can you be pro-black with white friends?
Yes. Pro-black means you love your people and you love yourself and your people. It's not anti nothing. Everybody always take and misinterpret everything like that. Being pro-black, being pro-white does not mean, being pro-whatever does not mean that you hate other races. It means that you love your people, and you're gonna put your people first. But of course, you gotta have white friends. There's no way I would be able to be pro-black because I got a lot of white friends that I love. I'm not even gonna say a lot. I got a few white friends that I love dearly. The dude that I work with now, he's my supervisor. His name Adam. I work with another dude named Christian that I've been working with for years. I got so much love for them dudes. They show me so much love, you know, and this is so, and I even, when there was some things that went on when we was going through, especially between Trump and Obama time frames,
Right.
when a lot of shit was being posted on Facebook. A lot of my white friends was asking me questions, why are you saying this? And I had to explain to them, I said, listen, if you my real true friend, you know that shit ain't being directed to you. That shit is directed to people that are sitting out here telling us that if we march, like if they said if we march in Annapolis, these white dudes talking about they're gonna come out there and shoot us up. You know where I'm gonna be. So you ain't gotta look for me. I'm gonna be out there marching. But if you come out there, you better come correct. What I'm telling them is just because I'm your friend does not mean I'm not black and this shit ain't happening to me. So I am going to speak on it. If you can't handle it, I'm really not your friend. Because this skin right here, I didn't ask for it, but I love it. But I'm gonna speak up. I'm not anti-white. Because you didn't do nothing to me. You didn't say nothing bad about me. When I see you, you give me that and give me a hug. Say what's up. You show me love. There's times when I left my wallet home and one of them bought me something to eat. You know what I mean?
Right.
Invited me invited me over their house and all that shit. No, I ain't anti-white.
I just asked that question, yo, because I mean, like, when I talk about white people, my white friends know I ain't talking about them.
Exactly.
Yeah, they know I ain't talking about them when I talk about white people. And I talk about white people a lot. I do. But like my white friends that know me and know me forever, they know I ain't talking about them. Even my new white friends, hello, how are you? Wonderful. Great to meet you. We haven't met yet. Calvin Allen Jr., how are you? I'm from the Annapolis Allens. Yes. Wonderful. How are you? Nah, but I ultimately I just asked that question because that's been posed a lot. If you're pro-black, can you be married to another race if you're pro-black?
Yeah.
If you're pro-black, if you pro-black, I just asked that question because I know you can. You know what I mean? But I know it's some people that would be like, oh, nigga, no, everybody black, everything black.
No,
I get it, but I just ask it. I had to ask.
The blackness that they're talking about these super woke people that walk around and act like they so woke and ain't nothing, they doing everything that they do in Africa. It's like if you so woke and you that woke that you bashing everything that somebody do, celebrating holidays and all this shit, we American, you ain't walking around with no dashikis on. You ain't I asked the Bama name me a holiday celebration that y'all celebrate as African, being that you so African. You can't say it. We supposed to sit over here in this country and not enjoy anything.
Niggas still be eating Christmas ham.
The same ones run over their mother house, talk all that shit, and then go over there. Go over there the day after, get a plate just because you ain't on Thanksgiving. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving for the true meaning of Thanksgiving. We celebrate Thanksgiving because it's a day off from work. Your family come through, and it's the way that the country is ran. Y'all cannot eat, do all the shit you want to do, but we ain't celebrating that shit from what happened with Christopher Columbus and all them. Y'all some dumb motherfuckers if you think we do that.
Listen, we, like you just said, I'm off work. I'm ready to watch this game. I'm ready to eat this motherfucking turkey and get full, and then take a nap. Then I'm probably gonna wake up and get another plate. And then
you might not even gotta go work tomorrow.
Facts. I had to work, but I don't even care. I went to work. I was good, man. Listen, man. All of them holidays, man. Like this is what I will say about racism, where we take shit we take shit too far the wrong way sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, okay, perfect example. I had a motherfucker tell me I don't celebrate April Fools because they tell you it's illegal to lie, but they make up a whole holiday where it's okay to lie. I said, yo,
Man.
You took the meaning of that holiday way too motherfucking serious.
Ashley.
Like people talking about the 4th of July. Oh man, we ain't something that ain't our independent. I don't give a damn about the pilgrims. I want to eat a hot dog and a hamburger and some potato salad and possibly play some spades.
Watch some fireworks.
You know what I mean? Just have some fun. Spray the kids with a water hose or something. And that shit ain't about that motherfucker. But then we'll turn around. The same motherfuckers that be leaning on you about celebrating the 4th of July, they doing that shit in a whole Ralph Lauren outfit.
That's what I say all the time. Or some Nikes. Or something. If you walked around with a dashiki on, some Jesus sandals.
I got a dashiki on with some Gucci slippers.
Remember the old school Jesus sandals everybody got for Easter every year?
Right.
From Buster Brown. Then I can get you.
I will believe you. I will believe you. If you every time I see you try and push me some incense and body oil, I'll believe you. I'm prone to believe you because them dudes usually don't be celebrating nothing. You be like, yo, you want a plate? Nah, brother, I'm good.
But also they don't celebrate that shit, but they celebrate shit that Africans do. Or Nigerians, wherever they from, they celebrate their own holiday.
They don't celebrate Christmas.
We don't have none of that shit.
Celebrate Kwanzaa and shit like that. Yeah.
We don't have none of that shit because it's not like when Africans came here, y'all didn't bring tradition they didn't bring tradition and feed us tradition. The only way tradition is we gotta go and study that stuff. We are Americans. We are not Africans. We that shit been wiped out.
Absolutely agree.
But we had to survive in this society, in this environment, and we made the best of it. So if one day, I buy my kids shit all year round. No, you don't. The average person ain't going out here and just buy their kids no fucking toys every other day and buying that many toys and that many gifts for that time. You don't even get to enjoy your family that much like that these days because you got to work so hard. The average motherfucker right now can't even get sick and stay home. The average motherfucker can't even miss 3 days off a paycheck and don't have no PTO.
PTO. Facts.
And that shit gonna hurt you.
Facts.
Cause your bills ain't gonna never stop. But what happens during Christmas time? You get a paid holiday. Get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck. That's why I stopped. What up, Scooter? I stopped a long time ago. Listening to people that swear they so super woke. If I start celebrating a holiday, a pagan holiday, explain to me how that's gonna fix the black community in any kind of way.
I do that every year. Every year when people be saying this, that, I be like, I need to get this, and this for Christmas. Show me the black-owned places where I can buy all of these things, and I'm with it. I'm gonna be the first nigga in line. I think a lot of times people
exactly right
just want to say shit. People just want to say shit because it's cool to say shit. Yeah. They be like, oh man, I don't celebrate that white man holiday, but you go buy the white man cognac.
We had a white bar, a white-owned club, chilling.
How about you niggas is sellouts?
Right.
Hey, Becky, give me another natty ball. Niggas is sellout.
Here's to you niggas.
I'm feeling like Kanye. Where my ski mask at?
Dude say,
God damn it.
A dude say that speaking on the Juneteenth, a dude said that Juneteenth, we are idiots for celebrating Juneteenth. I was like, bruh, why? Y'all bitched about 4th of July. You bitched about black people drinking on Cinco de Mayo. You bitched about people drinking on goddamn St. Patrick's Day. what can we do? We can't walk around on this fucking planet and just be miserable and be complaining about everything every day. They didn't give us shit. All they did was made that a holiday so we could have a day off. Thank you.
Yo,
you know
listen,
what I'm saying?
next
Without
year, I'm
me
gonna do it
having to
next year.
call in. I don't call in for work much.
Next year, every holiday, I'm a screenshot because you know it's always one nigga that throw a chair in the club. Every holiday, I'm a screenshot that one person that oh there y'all go celebrating the white man holiday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what you eating right now?
I don't fuck with me no more.
What you eating right now?
Yeah, a pork chop sub.
Hey, I said moose heads for everybody.
Right. Remember that shit? That shit we were trying? Right. Moose heads for everybody.
Fucking right. Listen, though.
That whole night.
Like, I be telling motherfucking man, sit down somewhere and eat a fish man. Eat some chicken or something. Right. I celebrate all that shit.
Damn right. You supposed to.
We supposed to, man. Like, we at the age now, man. We fathers and grandfathers and shit, man. We ain't got time. We ain't got time to be sitting around being militant and shit, man. I be militant when it's needed.
Damn right. I ain't got
okay, perfect example. I put up a post today. Right, Ice, it's not, yo. It's really, really not, bro. It's never that deep, bro. And I be mad when people be trying to make it seem like it is for real, for real. Like, it's really not that motherfucking serious. But like I put up the post today, like about, and I got a lot of answers too, because I was gonna talk about that. I remember I put up a post a while ago saying I want to get back into some community shit. And I asked people what they thought.
Get back into what?
Get back into some community.
Oh, yeah.
Some community things. And I asked people what they thought. And because, like I said, I want to target a specific age group, yo. And I'm thinking like the 12 to 17, like, because that's where I think that's where a lot of times kids have the hardest time adjusting. Because you start in middle school, between middle school and high school.
Moose heads.
Moose heads for everybody.
We were.
Scooter said being militant gets nowhere but broke. It depends. It depends. You could be militant and have bread. George Jefferson was militant. He had bread. So you can be militant with bread. You just got to pick on what you're going to be militant about. I will say that, yes. You have to choose what you're going to be militant about. Yeah. Like, I'm not sitting back and debating with nobody with clothes on by a designer that's made it clear that they don't mark. I'm not arguing with you. And I can't front because I have polo shirts hanging in my closet as we speak. So I'm not speaking on I'm better than you kick. What I'm saying is it's just some shit I know I can't really argue about. I can't argue with somebody about celebrating a holiday. And I'm not going to. Right. Because unless that holiday is kill a black person holiday, I'm good. I'm not arguing with you. You Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, I'm celebrating Martin Luther King Day next year. Y'all, please just don't put up the party flyers with Martin Luther King with the temp fade with the necklace on. Don't do that no more, please. Stop that shit, man. Don't do that, man. Motherfuckers had the flyer with Martin Luther King standing like that, yo. I was like, come on, man.
Man, let me get off topic a little bit.
Don't do MLK like that, man.
Did you see your boy at Diddy party?
Who?
What's TD Jakes?
Oh,
they got a video, man. They got a video of TD Jake went to Diddy party there and they smoking weed all up there. He's chilling. Black people are losing their motherfucking mind.
He made that sermon. I know somebody that can float without smoking marijuana. Let me tell you about the power.
Yo. I
know a bush that burned forever. Let me tell you about it. All I'm missing is my tambourine.
Crazy.
I'm telling you, man, like, yo, listen, man, like I said, we got to have that conversation too, yo.
What's that?
The religion conversation, man. Got to have the religion That's the one conversation we haven't had yet. I haven't had yet because I don't want to. I'm not a. I can't say that I'm a I'm not going to say I'm not. I can't say that I'm a religious person, but I feel like we got to have that conversation, and we got to have a pastor, and we got to have people on here so we can talk about this. Because I feel like I always say, the one way I feel like we can get to the one way we can get to the solution is to talk about it. So we got to set that up. We got to set that up.
There's a war on religion.
It's a war. It's a war on everything that teaches
unity.
Yeah,
peace.
Yeah,
that's what I'm telling you. we as black people have come so far from nowhere that we don't know shit. We can't see shit up past this face. We see there's only a few things that always unite people, no matter what it is, and we made it segregated. we turn religion into having so many different gods and beliefs, and there's no problem with that. But we also made those things that will keep us separated from each other. See, me, I can drop my Christianity for the empowerment of our people. I'm not going to leave it alone. But if we in a group, united group of people,
mm-hmm.
and we in there and we fighting for, I don't like to use the word equality because I don't want to be equal to nobody that I feel. Anyway, I ain't gonna get into that.
I can think. I know exactly where you was going with that.
You know what I mean? So I don't fight for equality.
I know exactly where you was going with that.
But all I'm saying is, we find anything to keep us separated. Just like, all right, like check this out. You see how in the media, all this stuff with Kyrie and everybody. When Donald Trump wrong, you don't see a mob of white people running around saying he's wrong. They know he's wrong, but they lay back, don't say shit. They chill. As soon as a black person do something, black people that, y'all can't be mad at me because I'm speaking on it. Why you gotta speak on everything? Why you gotta show everybody that we ain't together on nothing? We always got to speak on something. Why Stephen A. Smith had to speak on black people saying something about Jerry Jones? But you always say, but you just said what you was doing with Kyrie, right? What you was doing with Kyrie was your opinion on Kyrie.
Right.
Well, now I can't give my opinion on Jerry Jones. And then you come up there and like, I'm so disappointed at you. He told people, tell me this ain't some clown shit. He told people, white people, not to watch his podcast because he's going to go in on black people. You know people was going to, you know they were going to watch your shit.
Wait a minute. Stephen A. Smith said that?
Yes.
I'm going to say this. Like,
I watch a lot of shit.
What has Stephen A. Smith really done that we would consider relevant to our culture outside of having a show on ESPN?
I mean, because you know how we always go back to like where you come from and where you at. He made some achievements, but he using this platform terribly wrong.
I don't think he's relevant. I don't think he's relevant to black people or black culture, period.
Dr. Morris on here.
Dr. Morris, what's going on?
What's up, sir?
Greetings from perfect. A couple weeks, I'm gonna set up. We're gonna have the religion conversation, Doctor. If you would join us,
perfect person.
If you would join us, that would be awesome, sir.
That's my homeboy from 20.
He
said exactly what I said. If we stay divided, we cannot expose our governments. Why you think they got so many? Why you think I never knew why in them other countries, since they all the same races and stuff, I never knew why they always fought so many civil wars. You know why? Because they all was thinking the same thing. They was all getting mistreated the same way because they the same race of people.
Yeah.
So they was exposing their government. And it's easier to expose your government. It's hard to expose your government here because we have a melting pot of people. But when you in those other countries, I used to always wonder why, like, damn, every time I turn the TV on, these countries
throwing rocks at the tank. They ain't even got guns. Remember that?
Exactly.
They be out that. Hey, yo, listen. My father told me one time. He said, "Motherfuckers talk all that gangster shit."
Yeah.
How many of them gonna go out here in these streets and throw rocks and sticks at a fucking tank,
right?
To prove their point. He was like, he said that all the time. Motherfuckers talk that gangster shit all they want. And if these motherfuckers start coming down here with tanks and shit, if you ain't going outside throwing rocks and sticks at the tank, you ain't tough. I don't want to hear that tough shit no more. Yo.
Hey, Dr. Moore, you want to come on real quick? You come on and talk with us.
I want him join. I want to have him specifically for that conversation, yo.
Yeah, but he into everything. He got a lot.
I gotta see if I'm friends with him so I can send him the link. Hold on.
Tony said he wanted to come on, but I don't know where Tony went at.
Did he? I ain't see. Yo, the last comment on here is from Ashley, yo. It's not showing all. It's not showing all the other comments.
I know on mine too, but I always keep my cell phone next to me.
Yeah, I got my phone up. I can see him. I didn't even look at it on the phone. No, I gotta send him a friend request.
Hey, Scooter, remember Malcolm X said that years ago. Malcolm X said the media, ag media, and what Scooter said about our government, said the government will ruin your life here and make it bad for you to get ahead. That's real talk. That, like, and Dean say, the government ain't for us, man. They know what it is. If you keep them separated, now, pay attention to this. First, it was always it's not even totally racism now. See, since they know that these kids gonna stop racism so much, they try and bring it back. But you know what else they doing now? It's classism.
Yes.
They're more like turning rich black people are so accepted in society that now they acting like they not even black no more. And that's how, and they acting like, you know, like everything cool. It's more about classism now, yo. It's starting to be more about classism. It's crazy out here. But the sad part about this stuff for me is like people act like they can't see. You can see the media. How we got two media stations reporting the same information with all the different words. That's why I don't listen to neither one. I ain't with neither side.
Yo, I've been what I've been doing now, what I've been finding myself doing, is trying to find out as much about something before I speak on it completely, before I say anything, even before I give an opinion on it, because what I've been noticing, like, because I've been watching podcasts and all of that kind of shit, and just watching the news and all of that, and a lot of times these people just ask questions that they know are going to make people want to watch. They don't really give a fuck about the truth or a lie. They don't really care about whether or not it's how important it is. I think a lot of times lately what we have is a lot of news reporters and a lot of news formats just speaking on shit because it's the hot topic. Perfect example, the girl Shaquella Robinson that we was talking about last time we was on. The news has really just now started talking about it. Now, when I say that to say, it's that really made me say I can't watch the news looking for an outcome.
Mm-mm.
And I think a lot of times what we tend to do is because it's broadcast on TV and millions of other people can watch it. A lot of times Americans take that shit word for word as the gospel truth, and that's not the case.
I just told
And
you shit.
and we end up, that's where a lot of debates come from. A lot of debates come from somebody saying, hey, yo, you know, I was watching something and they said this, this, and this. Then somebody come in and like, no, man, that's some bullshit. This, that, that. Then you got the other person that come in and say this. So a lot of that shit be based off of shit that we see and read. So that's why I said now I've been trying to be more conscious about a topic. Like if I see something that I go on YouTube and I type the topic in just to try to see whatever come up about the shit. I go to Google, I type it in just to see what else pop up about it, just to see if there are other instances of this example that may have happened. You know what I mean? So that way you can start discussing shit on a certain scale. I feel like if we discuss racism on a scale and we discuss classism on scales, that it would be easier to relate. It would be easier for people to speak about. I try not to talk a lot, unless it's something I'm really passionate about or something I like talking about. But I've been trying to just more or less listen to learn, like you said, to learn people's reactions to certain shit and learn shit that might trigger a person or what might cause what words could cause an argument or what could you say that, you know what I mean? So I get it, but I feel like until we all really, really start looking at this shit on scales, and when I say scales, I mean have somebody that's considered poverty level, have somebody that's considered low to middle class, and have somebody that's considered upper class, and let them all talk about their experiences, and let the person that's upper class say that they didn't experience that, and the person that's, you know what I mean, like we got to base it on that, because that's going to be the only way we can have well-rounded conversations. I mean, it sounds impossible, but it could happen. You know what I mean?
There's only two classes now, bro.
Broke and not, broke and not broke. I ain't even gonna say rich and poor.
You remember, no,
It's either you broke or you not broke. One or the other.
But you know how I'm gonna tell you, they said that shit about and I'm gonna get back to your topic. They said that shit about Michael Jackson and a whole bunch of other people. Like, oh, he broke. He was money broke, but he had assets. Biggie, they said Biggie died flat broke. But Biggie had assets. Biggie died before he got all of his people's stuff and all of his money collected in from all the stuff that people did and everything. I mean, that he had going on. But Biggie was broke when he died. But he had all his assets.
But you know they said
you broke.
And you know they said Biggie had, when he wrote songs for other people, he put it under a different name.
50,
because if he didn't put it under a different name, Diddy would take a percentage of it. Of the publisher.
Did he kill Biggie? But anyway,
listen, I could spend 3 whole days talking about that shit, yo. But nah, ultimately, yo,
that shit.
Like I said, man, we it's so many ways, yo. Like I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm being a bit naive about it. But again, I feel like explanation can cure a whole lot of shit. But you have a lot of people that feel like they don't have to explain shit. And you have a lot of people out here that feel like they don't need nobody to explain shit to them. And those be the main people that don't need to explain shit or do need some shit explained to them. One or the other. But what I'm saying is, for me, it's just about trying to learn how to converse with people, I guess, in a proper context. Like I said, and that's why I'm glad one of the things that we did decide was to let people say what they got to say and complete their thought before we interrupt it.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of our conversations be really, really good conversations when we do that. And you find out what people are really, really thinking, and the participation is up and all of that. But I just been trying to, with social media, just trying to see what type of shit do people want to talk about. So I did the same thing today. I asked single mothers. Yeah, I asked single mothers how they holding up. I asked them, and then Ashley came on there. It was like, ask the single fathers. I want to see something, and I did, and I asked the single fathers too, and a lot of people answered, and it was a lot more than I thought was going to answer for the father side, and I was like that, so that surprised me. So I'm like, okay, so it is some dads out here that like to be acknowledged. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm not saying that it's not, or I never thought it was. I'm sure it was, but I just think a lot of time with social media, we don't. Like I had somebody had put up a post, dude had put up a post about like men not having nobody to talk to when they go through something. And I said, yo, once a month, I specifically do a brother's check-in on my podcast for this exact type of thing. And like I told him, I said, it's not a cure-all, but at least you can express yourself. You know what he told me?
What's that?
Man, it's too late for us. Reach out to the kids.
Shit.
And so that's another thing that really made me say, I really got to sit and listen to people talk, yo. Because for a man to have that, like, yo, it's basically saying like, ain't nothing you can do to help me.
Did you send him the invite?
Who?
Dr. Morris.
No, I'm not friends with him. That's what I say. You got to send me the friend request.
Oh, tell him.
He said he wanted to be on Tuesday. He said, let's do this next week. Bring me in.
Okay, I thought he was talking about coming on today.
Yeah, he said, let's do this next. He got another joint on here that say, let's do this next week. Bring me in.
All right. Well, one of the things we got to know. See, like I said, I spent a lot of time, and I always go back to this because this was the most that I learned in my life. When I went through, all the stuff that I went through, and I did a lot of studying, I had a lot of time. It was almost like I when you know how people get locked up and then they start reading and start. That's what was doing with me when I was battling depression. So I spent so much time by myself that I started studying stuff. And like I said, I always say I studied the human brain, and I studied a lot about it. I know so much about the human brain. I don't even know how to pronounce some of the words that I was learning. But one of the main things that I learned was our reactions to actions and actions to reactions. Right. And that's why when you asked me what's the name, I wanted the name of this show was Let Me Talk, because I love to talk, but I hate getting cut off every time I'm trying to make a point. And one of the reasons why is because I know for a fact now that I still do it every now and then. I still make a mistake and cut people off and everything, but most of the time I sit back and I listen. The reason why we can't have good dialogue, because we are waiting to respond. We're not listening to learn something. We're not listening to see what you got to say or hear what you got to say. We're not even preparing ourselves to be better. Maybe you can make me better. All I want to do is counter what you say, and everybody does this shit. I don't show it on my face, but I'm sick of people always saying they want to be, I'm just playing the devil's advocate. No, you being you. You playing the devil's advocate because you don't believe what the fuck somebody telling you. You trying to tell me that what I'm talking about, I did not study. I did not read it because I'm not some super intelligent person that that went to school for years. I don't speak much on shit that I don't know about, that I didn't look at. Every time you tell me something and I tell you I ain't know nothing but it, when you call me up and we talk, what I tell you? I didn't watch 5. I didn't watch 10. I done went Googled up words. I done looked up this. I done looked up that. I do as much research as I can, and that's the only bit of news that I will spit to you. So when you tell me you playing devil's advocate and all this shit, you're not being devil's advocate. You being you. You're not preparing yourself to learn from me. You want to battle with me instead of learning from me. But the whole time when you say something to me, I'm a sponge. I'm listening to that shit. I'm like,
Right,
shit,
right.
you know what? I ain't see that. But then I go back later and look it up. And I'm like, shit, he was right. That's food. Thanks. But you ain't that same person because you ain't take time for yourself. A lot of us don't take time for ourselves. See, I had time for myself. 12 whole years, I had time for myself. I had a kid when I was 18. From then on, I was always a man. I was helping my mom when I was living at home. I never really had time for myself until I lost everything. And that's when you can hear. You can hear everything. Went to church my whole entire life. I never heard the preacher preach until I was depressed, until I was trying to find myself and find a way to go, trying to fix myself. After I fixed myself, I learned that UC Allen, you got a different experience out of life from me. But I can learn a lot from you just by shutting the fuck up and listen to you and not trying to talk as soon as you start explaining something to me or not trying to give you advice. I listen to you and I go back and I study my shit. Cause you know how you do. You'll call me up with some crazy shit and I think it's funny, but then I go, this shit was serious and deep. Yeah. And then you had some deep ass conversations. So I learned, and that's why we can't have good conversations. Everybody think that their opinion is set and goal. What I say, right, is what I went and researched. And I'm not telling you or nobody else that shit is set in gold, that you have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to shit I say unless you on this podcast. If I call you on the phone, you got an opportunity to say, this Mikey, I ain't picking that bitch up. If I come over your house, you got an option to say, this Mikey knocking on my door, I ain't letting him in. Or if I say something in your house, you can put me the fuck out. But if you come on, let me talk, shit, you either gonna listen or you getting the fuck out of here. Right. And that's how it's supposed to be. I watch so many different podcasts that they be so interesting.
Facts.
And they can't finish the conversation. Grown ass men can't sit back and say, no, but when I was doing this, when I was out there doing that, well, all right, but you was down here, I was down here. It was all right. But I'm just, man, let me finish my thought. They never finish. Whack 100.
That motherfucker, he's a fucking clown, yo.
Clown.
I don't like that. Absolute clown.
Old boy, the light-skinned dude that always cussing the girls out. What's that Bama name? He all he do is argue with females. DJ Accolade.
Academics.
Academic, same shit. The one where everybody sit in the barbershop and talk with the old boy.
Expert opinion. Math Hoffa.
Man, they cannot let each other get a fucking word in. I stopped watching that shit. I'm gonna tell you what it sounded like to me a long time ago, right? When my ex had when my son was born, they had a baby shower. That was the first time I ever been to a baby shower. I recorded the baby shower and left. I had my camera sitting there. When I listened to all of those females talk, you know, in barbershops, we always tend to get on the same topic. Mm-hmm. When I listened to that video and watched that video with all them women in there, all I heard was nobody talked about the same thing, so all you heard was words. That's what I hear when I see most of these podcasts. I turn that shit off.
That's wild.
When they call that shit barbershop, that's not barbershop talk. Because when I used to sit in a barbershop, we listened to each other.
Real shit. We was talking about that Friday when I was getting a haircut. Yeah, we was talking about that at the barbershop. It was like, yo, like, well, you know, niggas might say somebody might like talk a little bit louder than you, but a lot of times you can say what it is you gotta say in the barbershop.
Barbershop talk is
ladies, that's why when we go to the barbershop, we don't need y'all to go with us. When y'all go to the salon and get your nails done, we ain't following y'all.
Fuck no.
When we go to the barbershop is a place where the man can go and sit down. and have the conversation he been waiting to have all week, but he couldn't have it at home because you ain't gonna listen too long, and he couldn't have it at work because it might offend them motherfuckers. The barbershop is the one place where I could talk my shit and not be offended at nobody else talking their shit.
And all of the conversation usually be close to the same topic. Like I said, most of those, when I swear to you, when I listened to that when I listened to all them women talking there, and because that was when I was always at the barbershop. And I made a point to my peoples. I was like, listen to this shit. I said, y'all ain't none of y'all talking about the same thing. All you hear is a bunch of words. And it just, to me, it sounds like blah, 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 blah. And I say, fuck this. I never watched that whole video, man, my son, because they weren't. But when we go and we have our conversations with men, with real men, and we disagree, a real man gonna be like, shit, we're gonna have to agree to disagree on this, but
facts.
It ain't, yo, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Real men don't do that shit. Cause you ain't. I had a conversation with somebody and they were talking about their neighborhood. It was like, shit, we did this down our neighborhood, we did that down our neighborhood. We were the only neighborhood doing this, only neighborhood doing that. I'm like, shit, we was doing that down 20. They like, man, I ain't never see nobody down 20 doing that. That's because you was doing your shit in your neighborhood. You couldn't be in your neighborhood and my neighborhood at the same time. It was summertime in your neighborhood, just like it was summertime in my neighborhood. You know what I mean? So y'all probably been doing y'all shit at the same time we was doing it. But
you went down 20 one day. They wasn't doing it that day. You went down there, so they don't never do it. That's the mentality. Like that's the mentality we have with a lot of shit, yo. We compartmentalize a lot of shit because we don't see it. But that's something that we've been taught as well. If you don't see it, then it didn't happen, or it's not true. That's something that we've been taught, unconsciously been taught it, but that's something that we've been taught by our elders. Yep. Because our elders will tell us you lying, and you be like, I did. I ain't see you do it. So because you didn't see me do it, that means I'm lying about it.
Right.
Now, for me, like 7 times out of 10, I probably was lying when I was a kid. But what I'm saying is that's something that we've been taught. If we don't see it, then it don't happen. So that's why a motherfucker can talk about, you can talk about a whole summer you spent down 20. And it'll be 10 motherfuckers listening. And one person gonna say, oh man, that shit, I used to go down 20 all the time. That shit ain't never happened. And the times you went down 20, 3 o'clock in the morning on your way into somebody's house to go to bed, if you was a kid, or you went down there, you was driving through there at night or some shit. No, they ain't outside at night doing summertime shit all the time. Just because you rolled through there and that's what I'm saying, yo. But like that's some shit that we've been taught, yo. Like we've been taught that, yo. Like if you ain't see it, then it ain't happen. Like so many people be like, oh man, like motherfuckers talk about hustling. Oh, you wasn't never out on the street. You wasn't never. How do you know that person wasn't never out on the streets? Were you out there with them? Or niggas wasn't talking about them. Wasn't that the use of hustling? So motherfuckers wouldn't talk about you? Wasn't you supposed to do your dirt quietly? Like I don't get it.
Up, man. The whole
like
game.
we want I ain't gonna say we the only race. I'm not. But some of our people, I'm gonna say that. Some of our people feel as though we have to glorify dumb shit
all the time.
Like it's like I don't care where you go, no matter where you go, it's gonna be one person that was like, oh no, let them fight.
Right.
It's always one. It's so that they can go home and talk about the fight. That shit is crazy, bro. It's motherfuckers that will get dressed to go to the club. And the first thing they say is not, damn, these women look good. Oh, damn, it's packed in the club. The first thing they say is, I hope a nigga act dumb tonight. Some of our people are the only. Some of our people wake up to go to be a part of, or to have some ignorant shit to talk about.
He ain't never meet no Martin Luther the King.
Right. How you know? Right. Just mind my business. Saw Martin Luther. You lying. You ain't never met Dr. Martin Luther the King. Like, you know what I mean? But that nigga was lying, though. He was lying.
I don't know.
Nah, but I mean, that's the part that make it funny, though, because we'll never know for real. But yeah, right, Scooter. Like, that shit be crazy to me. Like, yo, you go in the club, all these pretty women in the club, and you go in the club hoping that it's a chance that you might have to throw a punch or possibly kill somebody.
Fuck that shit.
For your day to go right.
I used to be that motherfucker, though.
Like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Like,
wish a nigga would joint.
Yeah.
That was long. That was years ago. I don't like that shit.
Absolutely. All I wish niggas would do is leave me the fuck alone sometimes now.
You know what I really trip off, though?
I bullshit you not, bro. That's all I wish niggas would do. I love niggas, but they get on my nerves. I swear.
I was going to clubs with people, and it's males. First off, these niggas walking around drinking bottled beers with a straw. And then stand together the whole entire time. And then like, man, why he wear that shit with them shoes? Man, why he got that shirt on with that? I'm like, man, y'all, they never seen me until the club was over. I was like, look, y'all drinking motherfucking beer with a straw. And all y'all doing is sitting here talking about what other dudes wearing in the club. Even
ass men.
Even talking about females.
Hold up. I gotta do this. Y'all be grown ass men, bro. Fine ass women walking around.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all want to talk about what
a dude got on. I used to hate that shit, yo.
Y'all be grown ass men in the club, bro. Talk to the women.
That shit used to get on my, and then no one dad be standing around each other talking the same shit we just left from somewhere, just hating. I'm like, man, this shit, wow. I was like, I said, I used to always say to myself, man, because you know me, I dance, I party when I go out. Look, they see me, they like, Mikey, man, you was gone all night. We just left from down the way, standing outside talking. All these women in here, you supposed to go in here and party.
You want to go in? You want to go in the club and talk about the same shit we was on the block talking about?
Ain't it talking about? One time we was all sitting at a club, and you know we was at a bar. T-Bammers, first off, like I said, I don't understand the whole drinking the beer with a straw, yo, out the bottle. That shit was just
you're drunker. You're drunk.
We sitting there talking. Shit, they take 2 hours to drink that motherfucking beer. You ain't get drunk off no beer, sucking out no straw, take a whole half hour. You gotta drown the beer to get drunk. So these motherfuckers sitting there talking about.
How you know that? How you know that? Look, we just talked about it.
You don't know.
You don't know. You don't know for real.
My opinion.
Let me play devil's advocate.
And do air quotes up. You gotta do your air quotes up.
Right.
And then they talking about all these females walking around and then we party. We had a fucking go-go. Then they're talking about having pretty feet. Shit, I bet you my feet look better than yours. I said, yo, are y'all fucking serious? Like, I just left. The conversations was just so woman-like. It was like, where the fuck are these? And these people that I've been hanging with my whole life, I don't know where they come from now. Like, dudes are not manly anymore. I can't hang with them.
Like, okay, that's a good. We was talking about, like, yo, I don't know why, but a lot of shit I be conversing. I think I talk about a lot of shit at work just to kind of get a. They're gonna enjoy that.
I'm sorry, man.
With a straw. Like
I'm just joking with the beer with the straw thing though, but I don't think I would ever walk around the club drinking a beer out of straw.
Nah, I never did that.
It just, when I walked in there, it was so many people doing it. I thought it was the funniest shit I ever seen.
I've just always heard people say if they drink it through a straw, they get drunk faster. But again, I ain't never did it, so I don't know. I'm not gonna speak on some shit I don't know. You know what I mean? No, but yeah, yo, like that shit different. The club is different now, man. It's different. Yo, I went to a battle, and the battle was in a club. And when I tell you it was a chick, I thought it was a dude standing there the whole time. It was a chick, full goatee.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
Like I thought it was a dude standing next to me watching the battle, bro. Whole time it was a chick, yo. Listen. Thought it was a gay dude. I was like, dude, because he sound too. Motherfucker walked up to me and was like, nah, that's a girl, bro. I'm like, yo, stop, yo.
Yeah.
He was like, nah, bro, that's a girl, bro. I'm telling you, I know for a fact. I'm like, yo, I'm like, yo, I gotta get the fuck out of here, yo. I like when the battle done, I'm out.
Right, like yes.
I'm out.
Top speed.
When the battle is done, I'm out, bro. Like, cause So I get it, but yeah, like I never understood that, yo. Going to the club and like wanting to be on the wall, yo.
But still, most of the females
not wanting to have fun.
Most of the females being they dancing with each other and shit. We try and dance with them, they won't dance. I'm like, damn, I know I got the smell good on. I must be ugly as a bitch. I can't dance with you, and you letting her ugly ass dance with you.
And they be pulling a rug out from under themselves they ain't even standing on yet, yo. Man. A lot of times when a female don't give you no play, it's because she already got it in her mind you're a grimy nigga. You know what I mean? She already like, but that's not because of you. It's because of the grimy nigga that they dealt with. Even though, yeah, exactly, Ashley. Because the dude, like, I mean, and I get that too. Like motherfuckers being there dancing, trying to pull her drawers down and shit. Like, dog, just let her dance, bro. She just want to dance.
They need to bring back slow dances. Yeah, I get it. Some men do be wilding. But I miss slow dancing. They need to bring slow dance back. That was the shit.
That's the shit. That is. I can't even front. That is. Slow dancing is the hit. But that's all right. Okay. So this goes into it. All right, we on here. I'm ready to talk some shit. What happened to R&B music, yo? We not slow dancing no more because by the second line in the R&B song, they got dick in them.
Yeah.
Like we not like you remember back when I hate doing this, but you have to because you have to refer back to that music. Remember, you had to have one nigga that sang, and he had 4 other motherfuckers with him. Mm-hmm. None of these dudes was helping their homeboy bag this girl. Nigga afro lopsided. You know what I mean? But he could sing. He was in there like R&B dudes, yo. Like R&B. You know why R&B died? Because niggas stopped finger popping girls, yo. We stopped finger popping our girls, yo.
Man, niggas.
We stopped finger popping, yo. I'm telling you.
R&B has turned to singing rap songs. That's all they do.
Facts.
I had a good ass, a nice ass beat with the chick singing it. That thing I know she was talking about, jump on that dick. I'm like, hey,
wait a minute.
Like
I didn't realize the song Pressure. I didn't realize the song Pressure. Shorty talking about beating the coochie up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would hear the female coworkers singing, "Time to apply the pressure." So I would hear them singing it. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, are they saying they pressure because they look good? I'm like, let me listen to the song. I said, wait a minute. The whole time, she wants you beat the Twizzy up.
Yeah.
She's talking about put the pressure on the coochie. I said, God damn, baby, you don't want nobody take you out first?
No.
You're like, just come right on in and put the dick in. Come on. That's what happened to R&B, yo. The anticipation of having sex got replaced by fucking.
Yeah, it was just too easy. That's why I don't know how people go from relationship and break up, and then the next year be in another relationship. I don't know how people do that with the way society is designed today. Oh, I'm in love. You've been in love 12 times and keep talking about how you was hurt. And every time I see you on Facebook talking about that men ain't shit, or all these bitches out here ain't about nothing. How you know that much? Because you keep putting yourself out there with all these different females. These songs, they straight telling you exactly how today's society is. Movies, if you watch movies, they showing you exactly how the first thing they do when people meet now is they start humping, and then they start trying to figure out who somebody is. I'm going to tell you who I am right now if you gave me some ass right there. I'm going to be a real nice guy, and I'm going to keep trying to get the ass. And then when you make me mad and you find out who I am and I say something fucked up to you, you're going to think I'm a piece of shit. You should find out that shit first. There's nothing, you can't, every people say in 6 months, you should know if you want to be married or not. I ain't know you got a shitty attitude in 6 months. I ain't know that you can't handle my shitty attitude in 6 months. I ain't even know that you leave your shoes by the steps, or you don't never hang your jacket up. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit you don't know about a person that might be irritating to you. I don't make my bed up. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna get back in this bitch. When I was living alone, I cleaned my sheets. I slept on one side of the bed, never moved to the other side. The other side of my bed never got made up. Females like you make the bed up. I'm like, I ain't making the motherfucking bed up. I get right back in it. My side be straight. You know what I'm saying? That shit annoying to people.
Yeah, true shit.
When you get a girl, she wants you to take the trash out. Now you still got to take the trash out, and then she'll take the trash out. I had a friend like, yo, you gonna let the girl take the trash out? I ain't let her do shit. She took the trash out because she wanted the trash out right now. This is my shit. I take the trash out when the fuck I'm ready to. But if it's bothering you that bad and you take it out, don't bitch at me later. I didn't tell you to take the trash out.
You chose to take it out.
But I'm not gonna sit there. I'm not gonna sit there and do shit just because you want me to do it. But that shit is irritating to people. So sometimes you gotta learn that shit too. You know what I mean? You gotta learn other people. Just like, I mean, everything you and now we stuck on that how you know shit.
That's Scooter. How you know?
No, I'm tripping off it because I was trying to make a point about something, but I started laughing every time I asked. But that shit is true.
That shit funny as a bitch though.
Shit.
Scooter said he gotta make the bed up. I do too sometimes.
I don't, bro. I started to try, but I can't. I'm gonna get right back in that hole.
I'm in the habit of I do some, like, I don't do it every day, no. But like a lot of times, like when I'm getting ready for work, if I'm ready already, if I'm dressed and I still got like a half hour or something before I gotta leave, then I'll make the bed up and straighten up or whatever. But a lot of times I'll be bullshitting until like 10 minutes before I gotta go. So by the time I'm ready to go, I'm out. Ain't no time to make the bed up. I'm out. You know what I mean? I sat here and bullshitted for 20 minutes so I wouldn't have to do no dumb shit. I'm not making the bed up. But sometimes I do. You know what I mean? Like this morning, I just
don't do it, yo. Because I sit there I get at the end of the bed, get on my knees, I say my prayers, I go in the bathroom, brush my teeth, I be walking around the motherfucking house. I just think that I'm gonna get back in the bed. So
I get it though. I listen. I don't knock it. Like I don't. How your shit make you comfortable ain't how mine make me. You know what I mean? Like
I'm sorry, I ain't mean.
I said when I get up, my wife sleep, I'm out. And then she get up and go. He said we make that blicky up twice a week.
I always want she shows. Look, I had two motherfucking comforters the whole time.
That's wild. But
I watched them bitches and I watched them bitches so much the little the fuzzy shit on the inside started coming out that hole. It was all piled up in one area, but it didn't rip open. So some spots was flat and some spots was lumpy and shit.
Hey, yo, but hey, Ashley, that's wild. But I'm gonna say what Janae said, then I'm gonna go to Ashley. Janae said all relationships come with compromise. You definitely got to learn the good, the bad, and ugly to see if the person is worth the compromise. Exactly. Then Ashley said, that's why I feel like you should move in with your mate before marriage. That way you can learn them and what's going to get on your nerves.
That's exactly what my point is.
And I was getting ready to say, that's why a lot of our grandfathers had other families cross town. Because this is what I'm saying. Back then, they didn't do that kind of shit. Like that was called shacking up. That was not considered cool. Shacking up was not considered the thing to do. Our grandparents and great grandparents and great aunts and uncles, they did a thing called courting. Well, some of them did, where you had to go and you had to meet her whole family. You had to meet her mama, her aunt. If her father was in her life, you had to meet her father. He sat you down and went over the whole, what are your intentions with my daughter? And y'all had to go out on dates. And she had to be home by a certain time. And y'all didn't even live together until after you got married. So then you get married, you've been courting all this time. And now you realize she don't like to wipe her ass correctly. You realize her meatloaf is trash. Now you remember Betty Lou down the street that you was courting before her, and you remember Betty Lou meatloaf used to be fire. So next thing you know, you back at Betty Lou house. You done made a whole nother family. And you got you trying to figure out why it's all these different cousins at the funeral. Because your grandmother's meatloaf was trash because your grandfather ain't lived with her before to find out that the meatloaf was whack.
And everybody else too.
And he was knocking shit off. You know what I mean? So, and he did all that shit working for the phone company.
Right.
Making $8 an hour. Supported 2 households.
And made it work.
And made it happen. Ain't nobody want for
that
nothing.
Funny.
And now look. Man,
why you always get, man, yo, Gabe be sitting next to me just farting, act like he ain't do shit. I should be he just be chilling though. I'm like, what the fuck out here?
I said Betty Lou.
You already know.
You know what I mean? Let me go on over. We was over Mabel house. We ain't nowhere over there. He ain't nowhere but over Mabel house with that hussy. But Mabel knew how to make that motherfucking egg sandwich though, and then come home hungry and drunk.
I ain't the kid know how they was so like I got a family right up the street from family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm related to some people on both sides of my family.
Right.
That shit is crazy. Now I'm gonna tell you, Ashley, I was ready to bring that shit up when C stopped. Ain't no motherfucking way. I don't know about everybody else. I'm speaking on me. Ain't no way I'll be trying to support two households. Ain't no way. Ain't no sex that good. Ain't no. Before I try to support 2 households, I'm leaving your ass. If it get that bad, now you got to man up, because I like money. I like doing shit myself. But I'm not sitting up there and trying to run no two households like that. That shit a lot of work, and it's a lot. I tried that shit. Well, I ain't never tried like run two households, but when I was single, I was all over the place and try to keep up with everybody. Motherfucker always want to keep going movies, and then females always telling you, "Oh, you paying for this?" No, listen. You ask me, am I paying for this? If we going out and you call me up like, hey, we gonna meet me over such and such. If we meet over there, I don't mind being the one treat. But don't count my money and don't start making plans with my bread. If you can't communicate me like I'm a man, I'm gonna sit there and tell you, I'm not gonna leave you hanging. I pay for that shit that time, and I'm gonna tell you like this: the next time we go somewhere, well, it ain't gonna be no next time especially if you demand me to do something and expect like I'm supposed to do it. Ain't gonna be no next time. I'm gonna pay for that shit, and I ain't going out with your ass no more. I don't give a fuck how sexy you are, how fine you are. If you that bad, you can handle your own shit too. If we go out on dates, I can pay for every meal. But if I ask you for something and you come at me like, oh no, you ain't, nah, fuck you. I ain't fucking with you no more. Cause I'm gonna ask you for something just to be doing it. I'm gonna ask my peoples, can you buy me something? Can you buy me a pair of jeans? Can you buy me some shoes? I'm gonna ask your ass just because. If you say, I ain't buying no man no shoes so he can walk out my life, shit. I ain't buying your ass no food so you can be full enough to walk out my life.
So you can be, so I can take you out to dinner so you can take the rest of the food home to the nigga that's gonna fuck. Girl, wow. The fuck out of like getting your stomach full so another nigga can nut on it.
Right.
Go ahead somewhere. What's wrong about your life? I didn't do those kind of dates. I didn't do no dinner dates with no females that I wasn't messing with. I didn't. Hell no. I refused. That shit, I ain't gonna lie. I did that shit one time, yo. And she will remain nameless. But we went on a date and had me thinking that it was gonna we was ready to get it in, and it let another nigga knock it off. I was hurt. I was hurt. I was hurt.
Right.
I was in my feelings. I said I would never again. I look at Kamala twice when we go out for dinner. Where the fuck you going when we done?
I write thank you letters to those. When I was single, I wrote thank you letters. When I was going through my shit by myself, I wrote thank you letters to females that did me wrong. Not wrote them and sent them to them. I just wrote them. It was a mental thing I was going through. I just wrote a letter thanking them for doing me wrong, because somebody that's right gonna come my way, and you wasn't right for me.
Right.
I would just do. I wasn't sending it, giving it to him. I would just, because you know how I used to like to write on Facebook all the time. I would write that shit, but I would make like a something like poetry, but I would do it in like a rap, and I would use like R&B songs and shit. But I would actually thank the person for harming me or treating me like shit, because it was best that they did it early. They let me fall all in love with you and all that shit, and then realize I done wasted 4 or 5 years of my life chasing at your dumb ass, and you was doing whatever you want to do. So thank you for not keep faking like you was a good person. I also wrote a lot of apology letters to females too. It helped me heal. I didn't give it to them, but I just wrote them.
Word ass. That's fire. Listen, man, I'm too petty to do that. Fuck that.
I only did it so I wouldn't. So if I did find somebody that I really could dig with, that I wouldn't just go. I wouldn't go hard and be like all out.
No, I get it. Carrying baggage over. I get it.
Yeah, because once I see stuff, because like I learned that like when I was depressed, I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. Because I started taking blame to myself. I stopped blaming everybody else for my problem. I started taking blame to myself. And when I wrote those letters, it was because like I was so messed up that I didn't hurt a lot of people when I was single, I just wasn't good for them. And I knew I wasn't. So it was some people that I really would like to have been with. But I was so fucked up, I didn't have nothing to offer. So I'm not one of them dudes that can sit up there and let you just keep taking care of me. And I'm thinking it's all legit because you got, because females will, when they know you're a good person, they'll take care of you until you get yourself back on your feet. And I couldn't do that shit. I was like, nah, because with my attitude, and I didn't know when I was going to heal. For one thing, I was still in love, so I didn't know when I was going to heal. And I was like, nah, I can't drag nobody through all this shit with me. Some females will ride with you, and instead of you riding in the car with them, you got them on back of the hitch, dragging their ass through the mud, fucking their life up. So I used to write that shit down, like, Mikey, you know damn well you can't do this, you can't do that. She did this, she that type of person. I would write down shit about her personality.
Right.
And how it conflicted with what I was trying to do. So I would actually see, like, damn, I hated it hurt to actually write down and see that you think somebody is too good for you. And that's when I started fixing myself. I kept saying, man, this chick, she's so sweet. She like the and you can't just, because I was bulldogging through shit. I was bulldogging through life. Without I had them horse blinders on. And I was bulldog, and I used to write that shit down like, man, this girl looked out for you. She picked you up, gave you rides. You cannot hold her. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't just be an idiot and be an asshole, this person like that. Some people, like I said, I just wrote this shit down and I seen it. I had stacks of that shit, until I had moved from different places.
Right.
But I used to write it in like poetry.
Word.
That shit was deep.
That's therapy though. That's the way. That's a form of self-care for real. And I like I said, ultimately I was just joking about the the whole date shit. But again, it was I learned a lot from dating. I did, and one of the things I did learn about myself was I didn't
Thank you, love.
I didn't think, like you said, I didn't think highly enough of myself.
Right.
Once I really realized that I was, you know what I mean, that I was good enough, I was good. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, that's that mental block we have, and it's tough to believe, to think about yourself. But it's surprising how many of us do think it. I hate to have to end this early, but this joint is giving me a warning saying there's like 3 minutes of recording left.
Damn.
So I know.
We ain't been on this bitch in a minute. I'm like,
I know. But we're gonna next week, we're gonna have Dr. Morris on here.
Hey, listen, we need to set up not a battle of the sexes, but we need to find something so we could get women on here and men, so we could talk about healing. I want to talk about how we can help each other heal in relationships, or if you ever help somebody heal and it didn't work out, or something like that. I didn't really have time because I was in the gym, and it just popped in my head. It was like, you know what would be nice, instead of us having a battle of the sexes, but I still want to do that battle of the sexes. Instead of us battling, let's talk about some things that we did to people that could have helped them heal, or some things that you learned later in life that we could help.
All right, bet.
I can't give y'all the words yet, but I know y'all feeling what I'm saying, because, like I said, I was working out and I thought about it, and then we had already had an idea for the night because I wanted to bring it up tonight, but we had that. So
no, we can definitely do that though. Oh, thank you, Janae. Said this was her first time and this was good. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, you can come on here with us.
Yeah.
That's my girl right there. That's a sweet woman right there.
I remember Janae from back in the day, man. Her mother was always, rest in peace, Miss Wendy, yo. Her mother was always so sweet to me and my brother, yo. Yeah. Always, yo. I remember that lady, yo. You know what I mean? But we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. Healing after. Okay, bet. We appreciate y'all. We be back to 2 hours next week because I'm ready to dump these old ones off of here
Thank
to
you,
make some more room.
Much love.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, yo. As always, bro, love.
Love you.
You know what it is. Salute.
T-Cole, thanks for signing on, bro. Ashley,
everybody that joined us tonight, appreciate y'all. And we be back next week. We're gonna have the big
usually go Tuesdays.
Huh?
Do you want to start just making this Thursday?
Nah, yo, last week was just, I mean, this Tuesday, you know, was Big Mama's birthday.
Yeah.
So I was just, you know what I mean? But other than that.
I know that's what I'm saying too, Ice. I'm trying, we was getting in, this one was getting good. I just want to keep going.
We need another hour.
Finally, when we start talking about the music, the music be tripping.
It's about the memory, yo. I just want to make sure I got enough. Because if not, what'll happen is it'll cut this one. It's gonna either way, it's gonna cut it. It'll keep recording, but it's not gonna show. And we won't be able to watch it. You know what I mean?
Watch the end of it on
yeah. TV. What's gonna happen is it'll keep the live going.
Man, that's just keep going up 10. Fuck it.
But we're not gonna be able to go back and watch it though. This episode will be gone once we finish.
Fuck. But I mean, everybody's signing out saying good night anyway now.
I'm sorry, y'all. Listen, man, I need a bigger computer. So what y'all do is donate to Let Me Talk the podcast. y'all donate some money to Let Me Talk the podcast.
So what you need could you use could we get a hard drive?
Yeah, I just need to get a hard drive, yo, to dump all of this shit on, yo.
All right,
because what's happening is I have to
I'm gonna go get some.
Because of the memory, I have to go in and look at the joints and figure out which ones to take out of the recording so that we can keep recording. But luckily they stay on YouTube, so that's a good thing.
What size hard drive you need? Because I'm ready. I'm actually
one I don't know, one of them terabyte joints. I think they sell them for like $20.
Yeah, I'm ready to get one from the Xbox. I'm gonna get one.
Yeah, if it's 1 terabyte, that'll work because then I can just download all of them joints to that and leave it on there. Yeah. And then what I can start doing is just plugging that up while we doing the joint, and then it'll. I'm
gonna go get it this weekend because I was getting one for my Xbox because my son was telling me about all that crap I need it for my games. So yeah, I have it before.
Ashley talking about what's the Cash App? I got $1.
Shit.
I ain't mad at that shit.
$1 a week.
Right, you know what I mean? 100 of y'all send me $1.
Right. Straight.
So Ashley, you the financial advisor for Let Me Talk the podcast now. Your job is to procure a sponsorship money. But until the LLC goes through, it has to be considered a donation. It won't be considered sponsorship. And
Janae, whoever not with us all the time, go join Let Me Talk our Facebook page.
There's 2 pages. There's one is Let Me Talk the podcast. That's the business page, but it's another one that's the group. The one that's Let Me Talk the podcast, the group is the picture of me and Mikey. The other one is the page.
Don't forget, if y'all want to talk about something, hit us in that inbox so the conversations won't always be about me and C. We can find other stuff that's important topics. Y'all know we gonna.
I think they like when we bring the topics up.
Yeah. Invite Janae because I'm suspended from Facebook right now. We talk about serious topics. Y'all know we're gonna clown about something. So one thing, don't take it personal. But if you do,
that's on you.
If you do, make sure you check that mirror or go back and listen to the podcast and see some of the shit you said too.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Man. That's all.
So, man, I love this joint. I be can't wait.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, tomorrow. Thank you for the stuff you said on Facebook about us, about that when you signed on that podcast.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I couldn't say nothing because or like it because I've been suspended from Facebook for almost damn near a month. I still got like 15, 16 more days. So
that's wild.
Y'all make sure y'all look at that Sharon Quality thing because we're gonna talk about that again next week too. Because they starting to lock people up.
They're starting to lock people up for it now. Yeah, yeah. And I definitely want to
Well, she going to a prison where though. We'll wait till next week on that one.
Janae, I tagged you.
Politically incorrect. And I was speaking on some stuff about the Kyrie Irving thing. I actually didn't address my comment to nobody. I said that if you keep making videos of saying I'm not a coon, I'm not a or I'm not a racist, and you got to keep explaining that stuff, then 9 times out of 10 you are. And that's basically all I said. And Facebook deleted me.
Yeah,
I know
they cracking down on a lot of shit, yo. Like it's crazy. But again, appreciate y'all, and we'll be back on Tuesday. All
right, y'all tune in Tuesday, and if y'all got any topics, hit us up so we can get it discussed.
Facts. All right, yo.
All right, appreciate y'all. Love you, bro.
Oh, hold on. Love you too. I gotta put the music on. Hold on. Look. Hey, listen. We love, peace, and soul.
Hey, next year we're gonna write our own song.
I'm with it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make it happen. Make it happen.